Hello guys, back again, and keeping up with the news of the Gamespy, obviously, Technologies announcing that, May 31st they're shutting down all their servers, which of course, affects, well over 1,000 titles from mobile to PC to a game console. A lot of the game console ones are obviously older, but still nevertheless affecting them. And we get our first kind of news of two games that are getting shut down because of this, and that's Crysis 1 and Crysis 2. Now, of course, anybody in the PC, kept up with PC and knows Crysis. Crysis became kind of infamous in the PC community because Crysis is, most of the time when you make a game, you try to make it where everybody can play the game, right? That whatever the most common spec is, your game can at least run it, even if it's the lowest settings, so you can play it on it. What made Crysis different was, in order to play that game, let alone a high-end game, in order to play the ultra, like the highest settings, you had to have a really high-end PC to play the game. And it was a standard for a lot of PCs, for people like gaming for a long time. Could this computer run a Crysis game? And of course later they came out with Crysis 2. Well, thanks to the forums, Crysis forums, the company announced that they will no longer be supporting the online functionality of the PC. One Gamespy shuts down May 31st, meaning Crysis 1 and 2 on the PC will no longer be able to play multiplayer online. But ironically enough, it's one of those, we're shutting it down, but we're sorry kind of things. Like, they basically said, they apologize to a small but dedicated community of PC players who are still actively playing the game. Now, the hope is they release, and some have done this in the past, everything out there, so if somebody else wants to run their server of the game, they can when this shuts down. This would be more on, obviously, the developer than the publisher, because the publisher, people were happy that they're keeping Battlefield alive on the PC. Clearly, EA decided there wasn't enough people playing to keep alive, Crysis 1 and 2 on the PC. And this is where the PC community kind of steps up, like MechWarrior 4, a game I've talked about before, where when Microsoft had it tied to a certain thing they were doing, they shut that down. MechWarrior 4 lost its online. You couldn't play online anymore. But dedicated fans who, ironically enough, eventually became a game company, or dabbled in making games, they eventually made a patch for the game to be able to play the game on their servers. Not only did they make a patch, they were making their own free DLC for the game. Obviously through modding or hacking the game, whatever way you want to call it. And they were able to do that. And hopefully on the PC side, if the publisher developer does not release the ability to set up your own servers to play this game online, hopefully the community will find a way to mod it. And hopefully, I'm sure there'll be a way for people to find a way, and the game will still be actively played online. One of the advantages of PC over console is that, again, that community, if you want to find a way to continually play a game online, they find a way to do it. Unlike the consoles, once the game is dead, a lot of times it's dead. Not always. There's still PlayStation 2 games actively played online, and of course, Phantasy Star and a couple of Dreamcast games are still active. So, not that it always means death when a company shuts down, but still. So hopefully the community steps up, and hopefully something's done, or somehow the developer steps up, and there is a way to people to start their own servers. Because okay, you're going to kill the game. You don't want to, obviously pay for the servers anymore. The cost of it. And maybe it's just a part of a server for you now, and you want to use that space for other stuff you have. Because of course EA controls all their own servers, so that's why some of them get shut down. Unlike other companies like Xbox 360 games, Microsoft will host all that stuff. That's why a lot of 360 games are still active, even though nobody's really playing them. And I know a lot of people under Microsoft, that's one of the positives of a Microsoft game console. And of course they announced that the console versions will still be, the online will still be there. And of course they said, of course, the single player campaign will still be there on the PC, but a lot of people with shooters want to play the online. Play with their friends or whatever. And sometimes you go to a game years later, like for example, just the other day, Star Trek Online was a game I played, I almost want to say a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. This is the last time I actually played it. Around the time it first went free to play. And then, the other day, my friend got back on it. He's a big Star Trek nut, a buffer kid on YouTube. And I decided to download it again, and last night I was playing it up till 3 o'clock in the morning. We were all playing it together. It's for XP weekend. And they had made a lot of improvements to the game, and that's how it goes. And so hopefully this game gets patched somehow and fixed. So as I, do my usual rambling on forever about something, what do you think about the fact that they're shutting Crysis 1 and 2 down? If you own it on the PC, do you even play the multiplayer anymore? Do you hope somebody steps up and patches it, or they release a way for people to make their own servers? Because to me, it really, honestly, it doesn't cost a developer much to be able to make it where other people can host a game on their own server. And I would think, as someone who made the game, who's proud of the game, that not, obviously now with EA, I'm sure you'd have to inform them, but I don't know if you need their permission, but hopefully you'd be able to, you made the game, you're proud of that game, hopefully you would find a way to allow people to continue to keep that game alive even though you can't support it yourself. Anyway, what do you guys think about it being shut down? Are you hoping somebody steps up? Did you ever play it on the PC Online? Anyway, guys, like always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.